All right, good morning, DragonCon. I am not a vampire. Most importantly, I'm not a sparkly vampire. Perfect. So we'll have True Blood in this room in a few minutes, but it is Friday here at DragonCon. My name is Brian Richardson, and welcome once again, citizens of Con, to the DragonCon Late Show. Partial excitement fills the empty space. I love that. It's how I'm used to working, so I'll feel comfortable. We're going to get the show started in a few minutes. If you're not familiar with the show, well, that's probably better. You won't have any expectations. It'll be great. No, what we do every morning at the convention is live to all 5 of the hotels, assuming that the audio is working. We are going to review the big events of each day at the convention, give you some tips from people who have done the con for multiple years and are not dead yet. One guy dressed up as a zombie a lot, so it's questionable. So let's go ahead and bring them out. First of all, my partner in crime, dressed like a criminal, Dr. Stephen Grenade. Strangers with candy, just saying, strangers with candy. And
have some candy.
Unfortunate.
Worst distribution ever.
Kids, don't try this at home. Well, you can't, it's a ballroom. Second of all, we have to bring some dignity to the stage, because we're not doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, Allie Pelfrey. And I'm horribly confused. I thought I told you. This is an important show. I thought I told you.
We dressed up.
You dressed
up. He's never been to the convention before.
Right, whatever. Go ahead. I can fix this. Start the show. I can fix this.
All right. Some of these mics work. All right, everyone here. Sit. You sit. I'm sitting. Everyone is sitting. It's an exciting time.
They use me to wipe out, so I'm getting excited. Some people are...
You're very excited about where this is going, I can tell.
Take it off.
There we go. Okay.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I got this. We're good. All right. Now we can do the show.
All right.
Now the actual comedy of the program can begin, because obviously that wasn't it. All right, so welcome once again to DragonCon 2013. We are mostly live, or at least
It's
mobile.
Friday. Surely you got some sleep.
From the Hyatt. We're in the Centennial 2-3 Ballroom. You'll get used to seeing at least this view of it as we simulcast events and replay events that are happening at this here convention. By the way, the reason that you can see and hear us now is due to the wonders of some of our many volunteers on the technical operations and videography staff. We love those people, because they're doing work that we don't want to do.
That's a lot of work.
But also, most importantly, we do work to make sure that it's an actual show and not just a lot of people in the dark. See, that's what happens here at Tech Ops. Well, they couldn't hear me before. I was simulating what happens at Tech Ops. Doesn't arrive.
This is where you find out that the audio isn't working on the video stream.
I'm not buffering. Okay. Also, this show, once the internet is up and running, by the way, anybody staying in the Hyatt, sorry about your internet Jones yesterday. They had some technical issues, and it wasn't our fault. I swear, it wasn't our fault. Anyway, but thanks to the wonders of YouTube, Video DragonCon is the channel on YouTube. You will find not only this very program, but also things that may be entertaining, including interviews with guests past and present at the convention. Yay for that. So, now, we're going to, in a moment, read from The Daily Dragon, available online at dailydragon.dragoncon.org. Thank you very much.
Today's color is yellow.
Yellow.
Yellow. Do not be fooled by any imposter colors.
Oh, for the color
Yellow
line,
is
gray.
the color.
Gray. Okay, so shall we just go ahead into the schedule changes for today?
Are there schedule changes already? I find that hard to believe.
Really?
That never happens at DragonCon.
That never happens. Let's just go over some of the major schedule changes here, starting with Allie.
Go, Allie, go.
Go, go, go.
Schedule
go.
bin.
Oh my god. Where am I starting? Seriously. Additions, yes, there. Helps if I can read. See, he kept me up all night drinking, so...
That never happens.
No excuse.
New presenters.
We're just going to wait till she's done
If
with the
you'd
phone
like to
call.
come up on the mic and answer your phone, that would be really
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be great.
Go.
Okay, we don't want to interrupt her. I'm sorry, it's important.
You take it, Stephen.
Okay. We have some new presenters. Aidan Scanlon, Daniel Thomas May, and David Gator. All right, Brian, go.
Women's roles in
We
science.
haven't done this in a year. We're very rusty.
Women's
We
roles in
apologize.
science fiction. What makes a good, strong female character is presented by Suzanne Church, Darlene Bonsley, Jennifer St. Giles, Friday, 11:30 a.m. Embassy B&C Room in the Hyatt.
And Billy D. Williams, the coolest man in the universe, loved by millions as Lando Calrissian in the Star Wars universe. Friday at 1 p.m. Here in Centennial.
Suzanne Church will be on Science Fiction or Fantasy Friday today, 2:30 p.m. in Embassy AB of the Hyatt.
And that gets us to Venture Villainy 101. Venture Villainy 101, everything you need to know about becoming a villain in the Venture universe. Ha ha ha
Step
ha.
one,
Oh,
chop
that was
off
supposed to be
your
maniacal
limbs.
laughter. Sorry, I missed my cue. Friday, 4 p.m., Dunwoody in the Hyatt.
Daniel Thomas May will be on Tony Lately, Friday at 5:30 p.m. in Regency 5.
Mike Furman, who you may know from the comedy stylings of Hard and Firm, will be on Fred Entertainment Panelpalooza Extravaganza Thingy a Doodle. Don't ask me to say that again. That will be today at 5:30 p.m. in the Grand West in the Hilton.
Say it again, Steve.
No.
Come on.
We're not going to do
Say
it.
my name.
What?
We're not going to do If These Harder Firm gag here because it's a morning show. Chris Pope will be on the You're the Publisher, Kickstarting Video Games, Friday, 7 p.m., Grand Salon D in the Hilton.
Killers and Corpses, cinematic thrillers from Korea to the U.S. Our Masters of Darkness, Murder and Perverse Crime. Discuss their films, why their stories are filled with such lovely corruption, and if culture is an influence. That will be at Friday, 7 p.m. in Fairleigh, here in the Hyatt. That's down in the basement.
That's the motor lobby.
Keep going
We
until you
call it
can't
the
go
basement.
anymore. Michael Gilkey will be on Cryonics 2013 updates and open disc, which I assume means they are not actually opening any of the cryogenic vaults that our leaders live in. Friday, 10 p.m., 202 in the Hilton.
And finally, for Friday schedule changes, Ken Plume will be on Quizotron 2000, Friday 10 p.m., 204 to 207 room in the Hilton, which doesn't mean it's in 4 separate rooms. It means that that's a room that they combine by, I guess, using crowbars and things and tearing down walls. It's probably fairly messy. There are more schedule changes. Should we read them to them all? No,
No
they're
one's gonna
available.
remember.
Otherwise, they wouldn't read the lovely Daily Dragon.
Ooh, yellow.
Yellow is your color for the day. Also in the Daily Dragon, a couple of things to note. First of all, did anybody go to the Braves game last night?
Hey!
Yes, raise the non-existent roof on the open stadium. Fantastic. We actually had a really cool event at the Turner Field yesterday with the Braves playing some other team that I don't care about because they're not the Braves. Right. People come in from out
What
of
was
town.
that? What was that? What?
Anyway,
I think it was the TARDIS.
Thursday night, that hosted event, we had Lou Ferrigno, Liam McIntyre throw out the first ceremonial pitch, and Lucy Lawless started the game with the play ball, although I don't think she did the thing afterwards.
That would have been awesome.
It would have been awesome, which is why I'm disappointed that she didn't do
Next
it.
time.
We actually did send one of our videography crew out there to do what we call a package. In other words, go around and interview people. And you'll see that on DragonCon TV later today. We can't put it on the internet, unfortunately, because Major League Baseball has a thing with the internet. Apparently they don't know it exists or something, so we can't actually put the clips there until we prove that the internet's a thing. So if you know Al Gore or George McKay, please send them over so we can explain to MLB how the internet works. Thank you. We did have a really cool costume parade, and at some point, I have heard that the Braves mascot interviewed our roaming reporter, Crispy.
That's excellent.
Nice.
And we'll see how that worked out.
By the way, I'm very pleased, if you look in the Daily Dragon, at the top it says visit the armory, and a little below that it says DragonCon vegetarians and vegans. I will let you put those together however you like.
That's for the free range Soil and Green.
Yeah.
That's how you get that working.
The most deadliest game.
I love vegetarians. They're good with ketchup and a little bit of pommes frites on the side. Yeah, so anyway, charities. Apparently, we look like we need some sort of charity. Mostly it's laughs. But there are real charities that are available at the convention that need your legitimate help. Stephen, would you like to tell us about our charity organizations for this year?
Charity organizations, yes. So we have 4 main charity events this year. We have the Cosplay Charity Auction. It will be Saturday, 3 p.m. in Hanover CE of the Hyatt. We've got the DragonCon charity auction for books and art. If you like books or art, or books and art, you can get them all at one place. That will be Saturday at 11:30 a.m., a little earlier, in Hanover CE in the Hyatt. Actually, all of these are in Hanover CE of a Hyatt, so if you want to go ahead and stake those out and start doing Comic-Con-like lines, camping out for charity, that's fine.
You said the CC word.
I didn't mean it. So the DragonCon
Speak that
charity...
name here.
Right, it's like saying Hamlet on stage. Are we on stage? Dad!
Go ahead.
Anyway, so DragonCon charity auction will be Sunday at 10 a.m. and the Don S. Davis Memorial Charity Auction, which is slightly different from the regular charity auction, will be Sunday at 4 p.m., all in Hanover CE of the Hyatt.
And do we understand how the charity payouts work this year? Because that's actually a little different. You guys, did anybody vote on the charities before the convention started? Yeah, that was kind of awesome. So what we did is...
We got one hand. That's not awesome. But thank you.
Wait, there's more back
Oh,
there.
we've got
back
more.
there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tens of people rushed to tell us of their support for DragonCon
So what
charity.
we're saying is stuff the ballot box next time.
Yeah. So
We'll
anyway,
take 5 of you.
5 of you wrote a Perl script and voted for a number of charities.
This is 2013. It's Python.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I got to update my jokes.
Nerd jokes.
Windows update my jokes later. Okay, so fans cast nearly, apparently, 40,000, it means it won't be finished in 2014. 40,000 votes over 2 weeks. We have Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary, Georgia Conservancy, and the Marcus Autism Center.
I know it's been raining a lot, but really Noah's Ark? Already?
It's not.
I know you Atlanteans can't deal with rain.
That's Atlanteans, yeah, under the sea. No,
Sunken city of Atlantis.
So, they will receive 50%, 30%, and 20% of the money raised, respectively, meaning you have to remember the order of them before. And if the convention raises more than, I believe the number is $50,000 from the auctions, then DragonCon will match another $50,000, which means that if you guys give enough money at the auctions, these charities will split $100,000 or more of charitable donations, which would be kind of amazing, because that would be the most money at that point we have given to charities by a long shot.
Yeah.
So
do that. Hanover CEs.
I've been at the charity
Help
auctions
now.
before. Very cool things. Very kind of expensive things when they're there, but also very cool things. Guests of the convention also stop by occasionally and bring their own wares. Kevin Sorbo brought like a trunk one year and just started auctioning stuff off for like an
I
hour.
thought you were just going to say he brought himself.
Only in Nevada.
The audience is excited about that.
As they should be. So, Allie, let's talk about tips for the convention. That's that time of the show. Do you have any tips for surviving the wonder and mass that is DragonCon?
Stay hydrated. And by that I mean drink water.
Yes. Let us be a little more specific in case you are confused.
Mountain Dew works too. Person in the back.
Mountain Dew is not water,
Maybe.
no matter what they tell you on television.
But do not do the Mountain Thunder. Just don't.
No.
That's a ride at Six Flags, I think, isn't it?
We have derailed the woman with the thread spools on her head.
So, Stephen.
Come on back, it's okay.
Stephen, as you refill your hydration device, since you're dressed as a fictional drug dealer, tell us what are your tips for surviving the convention that don't involve randomly knocking on people's doors.
And throwing candy out.
Candy.
Candy. No, it's really candy.
It is.
I like how they're dangling it back there. That's a really good sign. That's not going to come and haunt me later.
No, it's not like we recorded this or anything.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
And we're putting it up on the
Tips for
internet.
surviving the convention.
Yes, hydration is a good one, sleep is a good one. Pace yourself. Recognize when you have perhaps gone a little far and should go and find some place to sit and rest and maybe sleep.
Yes, Stephen.
That was 2 a.m., it's all good. It was my birthday.
Set a good example.
I got birthday candy. Birthday candy.
Well, this has gone sideways really, really quickly. What is it, like 9? Yeah, 9:14. Okay, we're already
You're the one
screwed.
that lets us up here, Brian.
Yeah, you're
So
like,
this
talk
is
to
your
the
fault.
mic, Brian.
Fair point.
Talk to the mic.
My survival tip is the all-wonderful sleep. Sleep fixes many ills, including cranky staff directors. I'm better today. Anticipation of the con means that a lot of times the night before, or 2 nights before, or 3 weeks before, when you're trying to figure out what you're going to pack, or who's going to cover a shift, or I'm projecting a bit, aren't I?
Or have I put enough Bondo on my costume?
Yeah, so once you get here, it's good. I know, look, everybody wants to party and have a great time, but it's kind of Friday. And if you didn't get your good sleep last night, now's a really good time. Not during the show, although
Alex,
sometimes
why are
we
you
assume
laughing?
that that's actually going to happen.
I don't know.
But just try to rest up a little bit because it gets better as the whole show goes on. And you want to enjoy that. You don't want to see that on TV because you're in the bed with a bottle of NyQuil going, I didn't listen to Brian, which happens a lot. Really.
I actually don't listen to you at all.
Yeah. They're like, what? Is he done
On
talking?
the microphone.
The last thing I want to do before we bring up, oh my gosh, we have a guest this year, this is going to be amazing, is I do want to talk about the dreaded policy number 7. No, that's rule number 1 of Fight Club.
I have seen social media. You are not following that at all, people. You are all over the Twitters and the Pinteresting.
Yeah,
Stop.
starting a Fight Club fan page on Facebook? No, not the way to do this. So, Allie, I may want you to jump in on this one, but would you like to explain the original policy number 7 to people?
Original policy number 7 is don't be a jerk, but...
That was very nicely aligned.
Yeah,
very valorized.
we kind of had to expand on that because some people didn't quite get what that means, so...
Yeah, that has been expanded to basically cover an issue that unfortunately has been coming up in a lot of science fiction conventions and also at any place that features cosplay, which is sexual harassment. We're not big fans.
Do not.
That's the most polite thing I can say about that. You're hanging out in a large group of people. Costumes here are amazing. What you do when you see someone has a costume that you like is you say nice things to them that are complimentary of the costume. If you want to take a picture, ask to take a picture. Take a picture of the entire costume and not just selected areas of the costume with your zoom lens.
We suggest a more wide-angle lens.
Please. I don't want to read the whole policy to you. We're all adults here, hopefully, and some of us are
And
children
yet, some
who
of
will
us
survive
are not,
into
so
adulthood.
read the policy, people.
Yeah.
Read the policy and understand that if you actually have a claim of sexual harassment, and this applies for both the males and the females of the convention because it's a new era, and this, I don't want to make it sound like a bad thing, but it kind of does go both ways, sorry, is the M102 is the security office for the convention. That is in the Marriott. You go into the lobby, you go down one escalator to the right towards the back of the hotel. They work with the Atlanta Police Department. Atlanta Police Department also kind of not fond of this sort of thing. And they can make a determination if you need to file official reports or not. I don't want to ruin anybody's weekend, but we don't want people ruining your weekend. So let's just get out there, have a good time, and do it in a way that is complimentary of people and respectful of people, because some of these folks read the peace bonding policy, but they also know how to remove those things, and security will deal with that as well. So let's not be that girl and or guy. Good? Good, thank you. All right, now it is time for the first time in the history of The Late Show, which is not a long history and not a storied history, to bring out a guest. Ladies and gentlemen, you have sat at your consoles and computers and many times heard this man make funny noises as you kill him repeatedly in space.
Look, I told you, I'm just really bad at the game. I'm very sorry.
You've also probably seen his work on DragonCon TV when the audio is working and it's not buffering. In skits from Tiny Plastic Man and Caution May Contain Nuts. Be polite, he's Canadian, be polite, he's Canadian, he says, stepping on his own line. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Meir.
And come down to the hot seat. Oh, sorry, shit.
Hot seat, bright lights.
Hello, DragonCon. Good morning.
This is the man who played FemShep.
That's me. That's right.
One of them.
I did the male. I played the male version of Femshep.
Right.
Yeah.
Omshep, as we call him.
Omshep, Broshep. He goes by many names.
Broshep, I like that one, that's good.
And I'm glad to see that everyone else made it out here. Good to see you. Good to see you. This panel really cut into my drinking last night, so my liver thanks you.
But this is a public service that we perform.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And I'm also glad that I got booked for Friday as opposed to Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to be on the show, let's get that over with
A
Friday.
little more reactive.
Yeah. So Mark, tell us of the video games that you have voiced over the many years.
Well, I've worked on quite a few video games for BioWare. I started back with the Baldur's Gate games.
I'm so sorry.
Yes,
That sounds
I sucked
terrible.
at
Yeah, it's terrible. A terrible
Mince
start.
or boo?
I was neither Minsk nor Boo. In my very first voice work for BioWare was in Baldur's Gate Shadows of Om, in which I had a single line in the final cutscene of the game. I was an evil cleric.
a good start.
Yes, from there they hired me to play Cyric, the god of murder in Throne of Baal, and basically I worked on all subsequent BioWare games up to that point, and then eventually was cast as the lead in Mass Effect, or one of the leads, in the Mass Effect trilogy. But I've worked on most of the other current BioWare games as well, including the Dragon Age stuff, and as you know, Dragon Age 3 is coming out sometime next year. So.
Very excellent.
Yeah.
Because we don't have enough free time as it is.
Exactly, yeah.
I just finished Skyrim. Can you people not put something else on?
I put in a lot of hours on Skyrim. You know, I spent hours just rearranging the books in my house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then one day I walked into my house and the shelves were just all empty. It was like, my orc was very disappointed.
Yes.
He had everything was collated according to subject matter, and that, it was sad.
Subject matter and color.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Exactly.
So tell us about the panels that you will be doing while you are here at DragonCon.
Well, actually, I've got a panel at 10 a.m. Immediately following this. Yes, no, it's true. Down in the Fairley Room. That's actually about fan films. And one of the fan films that I appeared in, Red Sand Mass Effect fan film, is going to be screened at the film festival here at DragonCon. I believe it's on at 5:30 today. And that's a project by the University of Advancing Technology in Arizona.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so that was their class project, so they managed to get me down there. I spent a couple of days on set, and...
I'm a big fan of the Southwest.
Yes, and those kids did a great job. Like, pretty much everything that you see on the screen besides the people and what they're wearing was forged by the students out of ones and zeros for your viewing pleasure.
The zero's already flat, so they're easier to forge. It's that one with the little curve on it that you really got to get the hammer.
Yeah,
and
it really
suck
takes. We're going to heat that thing up.
I hate that thing.
Besides that, I'm going to be appearing in a couple of panels on Sunday. Raphael Sabarge and I will be doing a Stars of Mass Effect panel. That's at 11:30 on Sunday. And I believe I've also got a general voice acting panel at 2:30 on Sunday.
Excellent.
And besides that, I'll be appearing, marching with the Mass Effect group in the parade, in my Commander Shepard armor that Mr. David Carpenter of Evil Effects Props and Armor gave to me, and so I have to thank him for that.
Enjoy our humidity.
Sorry?
Enjoy our humidity.
Oh, yes, yeah. Trust me, wearing foam armor is really a treat in Georgia heat.
In space, no one can hear you sweat.
I would like to commend whoever had the foresight to arrange a major cosplay con in one of the hottest and most humid places on Earth. So.
Welcome from Canada.
Yes, thank you.
Cuba was unavailable at the time. Another thing that, and people have heard the voice sometimes in their sleep, it's because you left on DragonCon TV overnight, and you've heard Mark appearing in some of the skits. The way that I got connected to Mark is that one of his groups submitted some fan videos, they're basically not fan videos, really, the actual television productions from Canada, and I didn't know Canada had television.
This is the worst OkCupid story ever, Brian.
Missed connection. You sent me videos, I played them on television. What? No. But Mark has actually got stuff that's on DragonCon TV channel right now. So tell us of the funny things that you have submitted for our comedic enjoyment.
Yeah, the last couple of years, some sketches from my show, Caution May Contain Nuts, have been shown on DragonCon TV. Some of our nerdier sketches, including Dungeons & Dragons sketch and Dr. Von Chaos.
Whoa.
And Dr. Von Chaos will be making a return appearance in the sketches from Tiny Plastic Men, which will be shown on DragonCon TV this year. So I think we've got about half a dozen sketches.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I pulled one or two from the old Caution May Contain Nuts as well,
great.
just to pull up there. Because we're big fans, mostly because one, it's better produced than what we do, and two, we watch it and go, that's really funny. Why didn't we come up with that joke? Steven, get on the ball.
It's okay. We came up with it, but we only did it in Canada, so...
Yeah, well, nobody knows until we get it down here.
Exchange rate at this point.
We're almost on
now
par.
stronger.
Yeah, we're almost on par, with the US dollar these days.
Well, you've sent us most of your Canadian actors. We've assimilated them, so I think we've taken your Fillions and your Shatners and your Carveys, and we just sort of like blend them into our culture.
That's true. You did take our Fillion, but we get him back every now and then.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
A nice thank you from the audience.
Yes, yeah.
The audience thanks you for Nathan.
Actually, I'm not sure if you know, but Nathan is actually alumni of my improv group in Edmonton.
Did I know that?
Yes,
Wow.
Rapid Fire Theater. We both got our start there.
Excellent.
Cool.
Yes, and he comes back and does shows with us every now and then.
And now you have money, so you're like, why did we do improv?
Yes.
We actually do have a lot of
thing that does not pay.
Exactly.
Yes, because we're apparently not getting paid for it right now.
We're improvising
This
this.
is not improv, though.
No.
This is heavily scripted. This
We would
is.
have ended the scene minutes ago. You've been coming to DragonCon for how many years?
I've been coming to DragonCon since 1998.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and so I used to come down. I'm not sure if any local folks are familiar with Dad's Garage Theater Company. Yes, very fine group.
Yep.
So I perform with them quite a bit, and I actually started coming to Atlanta because of their big theater sports tournament that they have
Yeah.
every year, which happened to coincide with DragonCon. So for the first few years I was at DragonCon, it was me popping in during the day, buying things and looking at stuff, and then having to do shows at night. But subsequently, Dad's Garage moved their tournament a few years ago, and I decided that I should probably just still keep coming to DragonCon.
That is
Yeah.
the right answer.
Yes, but now of course I get to experience it in full.
Yes, and Dad's Garage is the reason why you have Lucky Yates and Amber Nash doing voices on Archer, by the way, which was produced in Georgia. I don't know if you knew that.
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah, I've actually been to the studio, going to the studio for Archer sounds cool, but what it is, it's a bunch of 20-somethings with their headphones on, doing this into computers. It's really quiet. Nothing
Occasionally they
happens.
mouse.
And I just walked in and a friend says, so this is where we produced the show, and like 25 people turned and looked at me, and I was like, ignore me! Oh wait, wrong show, sorry about that. So, not as exciting as you might think to go to Floyd County, but still a very cool group. So we've got, as I've been told by a guy who hopefully hasn't any amputations or mutations, 5 minutes left. Mark, what are you looking forward to seeing at this year's convention?
And possibly 10 a.m. right after this.
Oh, well, the Mass Effect fan film panel
Yes.
that I'm
Yes, of
doing.
course.
Certainly, yes. Beyond that, of course, I'm a member of the Superhero Costuming Forum, and of course, perhaps you've seen the big superhero photo shoots that take place on the back steps of the Hilton. Yes, so I'll be there for the Marvel one on Sunday. Also looking forward to the big Mass Effect photo shoot, which I believe will be 1 p.m. on Saturday, a little after the parade. And that'll also be taking place on the Hilton back steps. So looking forward to seeing what the Mass Effect fans come up with. And I'm also going to be debuting a Vorcha costume that I've put together. That's one of the aliens that I play in Mass Effect. And so it'll be somewhat piecemeal because he's not quite done, but you'll get a little sneak peek of that.
I recommend duct tape.
Sorry?
I recommend duct tape.
Oh, duct tape, yes. That usually solves all problems.
Yes. As an engineer, I recommend duct tape, which means don't ever drive in anything I built.
We try not to.
Now, while we're on the subject of things we want to see, Allie, what are you looking forward to at this year's DragonCon?
I'm looking forward to the John Barrowman panel later today,
Ooh.
which, as always.
As I believe it's called pants optional.
Yep. For him, not me.
So, moving quickly to Stephen, before we elaborate too much on that, what are you looking forward to for
What
this
will you
year?
not be wearing pants for, Stephen?
I will not be wearing pants for the solar telescope. There is...
Does it get you hot? Is that
Yes,
why?
there's a
Okay.
scientist and educator who every year brings telescopes, solar telescopes, so you can look at the sun, you can see sunspots and sun flares and things like that.
Will it be the last thing you ever see?
Well, you kind of blink a lot afterwards,
right.
and then your eyes and you cry. But he is set up on the terrace out on the Hilton. So if you've got some time, and surely it would never be sunny here in Atlanta. It's not like Philadelphia. So go out and stop by. You can take a look at the sun. It's like staring at the staring eye of science that will not look away.
Science.
So I'm looking forward to that.
So if Stephen comes into, Sunday's show with an eye patch, it
You won't
may
know
not
why.
be cosplaying a pirate.
It'll be one of those cases where I'll look and then it will hurt. I'm like, well, let me try the other eye.
It'd just be like bonk, bonk, putting the eye patch up against the microphone. What I'm looking forward to is on Saturday, the From the Page to the Stage comic book costume pageant. I believe that's actually the official name. Please don't make that an acronym because I'll never remember it. I'm looking forward to that because, one, I've liked seeing how that show has changed over the past couple of years.
And we have a thing.
We have a
going on.
thing.
You have a thing.
A thing.
We made
A really
another music
awesome
video
thing.
for DragonCon TV this year.
Are you talking like a Ben Grimm thing or just a thing?
Just a thing.
A thing.
They're just a thing.
Speaking of pants.
Thing, apparently, because it is a hip-hop parody written by me, Allie, and Steven. Just let that soak in for a second. Good. We're really happy and proud about it, though, because we didn't actually have to use a green screen for any of it, for once, which if you watched us do this for 11 years, you'll really appreciate that.
You
Because
get to see my awesome dance moves on screen, yeah.
And you get that face that says, I will cut you at one point.
yeah, she does. It's it happens up here a lot. You recognize it from the show if you're a regular viewer. We're really, it's kind of pretty much it. We will actually be premiering that as the opening for the Page to Stage contest this year, so we hope people enjoy that because we had a ton of fun making it and it wouldn't have happened without a lot of our friends in really cool costumes and by the grace of me not actually appearing anywhere in the video. I'm sure everyone else will appreciate that as well. So,
Not true.
Actually, you are in the
I do actually make a Stan Lee-ish cameo, which is important to the theme of the video as well.
Don't give it away.
Sorry about that. Anyway,
So enjoy our vague teasers of something you know nothing about.
yes, we're great at communications. And on that note, Mark Meir, thank you for joining us.
Not at all.
As
Thank
our
you very
first
much for
guest
having me.
ever on the Late Show. We got to let Mark go and be awesome somewhere else. He might kill a few aliens along the way. Mark, they're actually in costume. They're not real aliens.
Okay,
Just
all right.
trying not to hurt anybody on the way over to your panel.
Well,
Steven-
everyone is an alien to someone else, you know.
So from Steven's hat and Allie's hair, my name is Brian. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow, whether you like it or not. Have a great con.
We sit and shuffle papers.
Shuffle papers? We gotta do something, shuffling papers. I didn't bring a pen, so that's not gonna matter. If I crumple this up, they'll get mad, so I'm just gonna set it over here. All right, we're done.